post-nasal drip of the medicine that I just took before I came up here. Um, but yeah, feel free to ask any questions y'all have about sacred medicines. If you want to know about some of the origins of them, do you want to know what does it do? What does it entail? Are you going to vomit? Is it going to cause you to pee on yourself? You get all kind of questions and different things like that. But they're very beautiful medicines, especially when they are used properly under the proper supervision with people with the genuine and positive intentions for it all. Um, Very beautiful. You tend to always end with a feeling of love. A lot of people have healed their mental illnesses. A lot of people have healed past life things that they needed to heal. A lot of people have healed themselves from drug addictions with some of the medicines. I've known people personally. Some people even heal their physical ailments from the plants, from the psychedelic plants. I have a friend who I met when I was in Dr. Sabi's village, and this friend had issues with severe back pain. And Dr. Sabi gave this friend psychedelic mushrooms, and the person's back problem stopped for an entire year. But the person had to go under the state of that medicine. And what they was telling me about it is that the medicine showed them all kind of things and traumas that they were not over. And what was happening, they eventually found out that it was subconscious anger in the brain from different things that have happened and transpired in their lives. And the subconscious anger, so the person won't think about it, caused them to have back pains and back issues. You see what I'm saying? Don't let anybody fool you into thinking this stuff is drugs. And I really, really uh, detest the fact that you have people who take advantage of all of this, who do the medicine, who are medicine practitioners who take advantage, because then it turns people off from the beauty of the medicine, the healing of the medicine. It's very disgusting. It's very sick, in my opinion. You don't do that. You don't do that. And the karmic debt at this time when people really need it and people are really seeking out healing, the karmic debt is going to be heavy. This is not for everyone, though. Everyone may not want to do this, and it's completely fine. Go with what your spirit is called to do. Always trust your spirit and your intuition. It will never steer you wrong. It may not be your path to get into these things, and that is okay. Jesus may be your path. That is okay. Allah may be your path, and Muhammad, that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You go with what you feel intuitively. Don't judge others for their path, but go with what you feel intuitively. You see what I'm saying? You now, right now, the plant medicine is becoming kind of a fad to people, in my opinion. I'm seeing people who I never was interested in it. All of a sudden, they are practitioners. All of a sudden, without adequate training, they are giving medicine without any kind of training, without any kind of clue what they know, what they're doing. That's dangerous. And it can be fatal. Some medicines can be fatal, y'all. So you want to make sure that you go to people and weed them out as best as you can. Ask them whatever you need to ask them. Ask them how many years they've been doing it. Ask them about their trainings. Where did they learn this from? And listen to their responses. Pay close attention to how they handle you. You understand what I mean? I've known people to unfortunately go to a healer and get raped. And that is horrible. And that is not what this shit is about. Not at all. It's despicable. It's disgusting. And it's horrible. And the ancestors frown upon that. Not saying that this is a common occurrence, but you have people that take it that far. I'm just being honest with y'all. I want to keep it a buck with y'all. Y'all know I plan retreats. Haven't planned them in a while, but I will keep y'all posted when I start doing it again. Don't be fooled by the color of someone's skin to think that they are good, because you have a lot of people of color who need and want healing. And they're going to practitioners who may not mean them well, who may have ego issues and be self serving. That's not what this is about. And everybody has problems, but that means that they're not doing their shadow work. They shouldn't be administering medicine, doing things like that, taking advantage of people. That's not what this is about. But then again, that might be part of their purpose to derail the movement. Everything is balanced. You have some people who are going to help the movement, and you have some people that are going to be to the detriment of the movement, who are going to do the opposite. When you're trying to get things in alignment, you have some people that will purposefully fuck it up every time. Every time. And it is sick and it is sad. Yes, I did deactivate my page for a while. Today's the first day I came back up in about almost 3 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks. My husband and I have met so many who don't have the best interests of people at heart. Yes, I understand, Phoenix Nadi, I understand. And you have some like that. And that's why, for my own personal journey, it's so interesting that the universe brought me these Caucasian medicine people who were beautiful and genuine and knew their shit. Outstanding in what they do. Because it had to teach me it wasn't about skin color. I'm going into a higher place. I'm ascending. I have to let go of that skin color shit to an extent, to a large extent, because spirituality wants nothing to do with that. Spirituality deals with the spirit. Don't just trust somebody because they're black or because they you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, we need this. Our community needs it. People all over the world of all kind of cultures need it, for real, for real. But as a person of color, we need it. We know we need it. There's so many traumas and so many things that have happened and transpired over time that needs healing. You see what I'm saying? You was looking for me today. Oh, thank you. Yes. Yes. You know what I mean? I'm just being real with y'all. I'm just being real with y'all. Feel free to ask me anything y'all want to know about plant medicine, sacred medicine. If I know it, I will give you the answer. If I don't know it, I'm going to tell you I don't know it. I go pretend and fake it till I make it. And be like, yeah, girl, yeah, man. No, no, because I take this very seriously. And I am honored, honored to walk the path that I'm walking. I am honored. It is a blessing. It is honorable. No matter how hard and tough it is, no matter what I go through, I am honored. You know what I mean? These things are needed at this time. You have people that will be in the comedic, Hotep, and be full of shit. I'm being honest with y'all. I was raised in pro-black consciousness. Nothing they say, nothing. A lot of these people that's fakers. That's why, please, y'all, don't associate me with the quote unquote black conscious community. Please don't. A lot of them are horrible. A lot of them hotep hoes, the males and the females. A lot of them are dishonorable and do dishonorable things. I do not want to be associated with that at all. There was a time I was raised on these things. So I've been seeing things since I was a little girl. You see what I'm saying? Always profiting off of our plight, never with solutions. Approaching consciousness with the mindset of religiosity, and then criticizing the Christians. Even some of the occultists are full of shit. Talking about manifestation and don't never manifest no damn money. Never manifest land. That's right, they come in all forms. And I am here to tell y'all they come in all forms of beauty and all forms of despicable. So I'm just letting y'all know. Don't be afraid of the plant medicines, especially if your spirit is called to get into it, because it's beautiful. But just be mindful of who is doing the medicines. Do your research on the medicines. Talk to the practitioners. Get a feel for them. Listen to what they say and how they move. I'm just saying. How long have I been doing this? Thank you. What made me get into it? Peace, peace. Um, I've been doing it for maybe about 3 years, I want to say, maybe even 4. I am not a shaman. At some point, I hope to train formally to become one. But I have been dealing with the medicines for a while. What made me get into it was that I have many, many traumas from my youth and through my adulthood. And I'm one of those people who do well on the outside and keep a smile. And on the inside, I was having so many issues. I was torturing myself. I was self harming. I had sexual traumas and emotional traumas and verbal traumas that I could not get past. I was at a place of being very low, horrible self esteem, all kind of stuff. I was at a place where I was like, I'm willing to try anything. And a friend of mine, well, an old friend of mine, because we're not friends no more, she brought me to the plant medicine. And it's funny how we're not friends, but I think that her part of her purpose and part of our purpose in each other's lives was for her to bring me to the medicine. And I remember the very first ceremony I've ever did was with the medicine Cambo. And at first, I'm like, I did the puking and all of that. And I'm like, okay, I'm expecting this big, grandiose thing. And they had offered this medicine called rape. Some cultures call it hape. Let me show you. This is a tool that's used for that medicine. And what the shamans do is they scoop up this powder, which is comprised of sacred ashes and of ashes and sacred plants and barks. They scoop it up and they blow it up each nostril. Now, my head, when I did my research about it before going into it, I just knew I was not going to do that medicine. I'm like, yo, I'll do everything else. I ain't taking nothing on my nose. I'm being dead ass with y'all. I was like, I ain't taking nothing on my nose. I don't use cocaine. I'll do that. I was so scared. All that was fear. And I had prayed about it so much. And I had asked for this ceremony to heal me. So I did the puking and everything was okay. It wasn't too much, right? And my ancestors came to me and they said, you said you wanted healing and you said you'll do whatever you need to do to heal it. And I was arguing with my ancestors because I'll be talking to them, I'm arguing with them. I don't want to do that. Well, I got to do that. Well, I got to do that. I can't do that. I ain't trying to do that. All of this back and forth. Of course, they won. And I took it. And it wasn't nowhere near as bad as I expected it to be. The lady was very gentle with me. And when I took the rape up my nose, it was a little difficult at first. But what started to happen is I started to cry things. People got to understand crying is also a purge. Some people act like they so tough. Oh, I don't cry. Those are some of the weakest people. I'm being honest with you. You have to have a release. Even animals release. Everybody needs to release. That's why we shit. That's why we pee. That's why we vomit. That's why we cry. Tears are energetic. They are energy. And we have to release the energy. And so I took the rapé. I started crying. I started crying for about 10, 15 minutes. And the lady came and was fanning me with sage and singing to me, cura la gente, singing to me. And in that cry, I had to bring myself back because never, but I haven't cried like that in a long time at that time. And I'm a crier. I'm a water sign. I cry. I'll cry and fight at the same time. Like that's me. But it was a beautiful cry, and I felt so alleviated. My spirit felt lighter after, and that became one of my favorite medicines. It helped me to release things, and it helped me. It told me it was like my spirit guides were telling me what to say. They were saying, tell yourself you understand that you've been doing all of these things and being spiteful and having all of these things that you were doing and progressively getting worse within yourself because you feel attacked and you feel unsafe. And so you're jabbing. You got people that's always angry. That's because they feel unsafe. So they constantly feel like they need to attack. They have to attack everybody. They got to cut people down with their words. They got to put their hands on people. They got to do all this stuff. I had to survive abusive relationships. I was going to get married, y'all, in 2015 to someone who did not treat me the way I deserved at all. But I didn't think I could do no better, y'all. I didn't think I could do no better. I was like, I love him. I've been there, ladies. I love him. I love him. Men go there too. But I love her though. I know she cheat on me and stuff and emasculate me, but I love her. And that's a self-esteem issue. It's not even an issue with the other person so much. It's an issue within yourself because that person is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. That's why you got with that person. That's why that person could easily do the things that they do to you. Because it's a reflection of how you feel about yourself, how you value yourself. And I needed that. And it made me curious about plant medicine. Man, after that Campbell session, I went back like 5 more times. Cambo is also a natural Amazonian vaccination. Yes, you heard right. I later got into ayahuasca, and at some point I got into San Pedro. Yeah, and I didn't understand that I was what I attracted because I'm like these people act in ways that I wouldn't do. So how could that be a reflection of me? I don't act like that. I don't do that to people. I don't cheat. I don't do this. I don't do that in my relationships. But they were treating me the way I was treating myself behind closed doors, not realizing who I was and my value. You feel me? And that's all right to cry. Crying is beautiful. It's beautiful. So is vomiting. We taught, oh, it's disgusting, it stinks, it's nasty. Even a cat vomits, a dog vomits. It's a release. So is shitting. There's nothing wrong with shitting. You're supposed to shit. That's how you, if everyone is pooping enough and peeing enough, you're getting toxins constantly out of your body. Some people are sick because you're not shitting enough. You're not peeing enough. You're not releasing enough. And your body is holding all of these things in and creating other things inside of your body because it's trying to figure out how the hell can I heal myself? It's creating tumors, benign and ones that are not benign, creating pimples, creating all kind of stuff because it's a desperate attempt of the body trying to heal itself. It's like, how can we get rid of this shit? You know what I mean? And people are afraid to do the natural things that are natural to the body, like peeing, like shitting, like vomiting, crying. Not crying doesn't make you tough. Doesn't make you. We've been taught. We've been so mistaught about so many things. Not crying doesn't make you tough. Get the fuck out of here. A lot of people need to cry. Otherwise, those things are manifesting in you in other ways that are unhealthy. And that's what got me into, I know that was a little long, but that's what got me into plant medicine. Any questions y'all have, feel free to type it in there. Rape is a beautiful spirit. It sure is. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And I am honored to be able to take part in these ancient medicines. I am honored. I am honored to have the experiences that I've had with these medicines. You know, it's very, very beautiful if used properly, if given from genuine hands. You know, what's a good natural detox? Water, water, fresh fruit, um, raw, fresh vegetables, nature, nature. It also depends on what you're detoxing from. There's many different ailments that people suffer with. You know what I mean? You can detox from processed food and just cook. Thank you. Thank you. Aho. Thank you. Aho is one of the ways that my ancestors said amen or I agree with you. My Siouan ancestors. Sioux Nation. That's right. Very proud of my ancestors. And thank you. Thank you. um but yeah, I mean, the medicines are so beautiful and the ancestors left them here because they knew what we were going to go through ahead of time. You could find many things that show how they predicted certain things that happened in history in the 2000s and after because they did not have the distractions that we had. You know what I mean? They didn't have those same distractions. They had distractions, but they didn't have the same distractions. Like they didn't have no TV, all that other stuff as much. It wasn't as in my opinion, but I could be wrong. It wasn't as much as aggressive with attacking the people. We got to understand that we are all under physical attack, but also spiritual attack. It is not just a physical thing. This world is not just physical, it is also spiritual. And so, even something as simple as listening to a song or watching TV can put you under spiritual attack, can change the way you think and reprogram your mind. Music is very spiritual, very spiritual. That's why certain artists and their certain songs won't go into mainstream and other ones do, you know? You said when I did psilocybin tea, it brought tears I wasn't able to release. Wow, yeah. The sweet voice I heard said, "Oh, my child, you haven't cried in a while. Release and let go was so beautiful." Oh, aho, aho. Yes, it would do that. It would do that. And sometimes you'll see things that you forgot about. You know, I've been raped before. I've been raped more than once. And it was funny because a couple of months I started remembering another time I was raped and didn't even realize. Or not I didn't realize, I forgot about it. And I was doing something, and all of a sudden it came back up. And I'm like, oh shit, that dude raped me. Been raped a few times. And so una guerrera. I survived. And I needed, unfortunately, I needed those experiences because it helped to shift me and it's helping to mold me into who I am and who I'm supposed to be. Because I had to go through the healing process so that I can relate to you guys. And so I can do some of the work that I need to do. You know what I mean? Let me see. Water. Yes, I just know I need a cleansing. Yes, honey. You could do 7 days to start out with if you're not used to it. You could do 3 days. Fresh raw fruits and water. And water, so you want water that has a pH balance higher than 7 because our diet in North America especially tends to be very acidic. We're taught to eat wrong. We're taught to do things with we're taught to have the wrong food combinations, for example. Like you're not supposed to combine a starch and a protein. But a typical American diet constantly combines starch and protein. You will sit there and have a cheeseburger, and that's a regular meal. Starch in between protein, and then we wonder why we got gas and indigestion. You see what I'm saying? Different things. Um, and so I suggest that we cleanse our physical body 4 times a year at least. Every season change. Do a seasonal cleanse. Springtime, do a cleanse, or do a cleanse by the time springtime starts. Wintertime, fall, summer, do a cleanse. Even if it's 5 days, 7 days, your body appreciates it and it helps the body to realign because the body's not focused on digestion so much. It can heal itself, it can start to repair itself. Let me see. Me too, since the first time I watched it. Oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all. A friend tagged me and I've been watching since. Thank you. Thank you. Burgers is dinner tonight. I was speaking to you. That's all right. I ain't the food police. I understand. I understand. And that's why I had to go through certain traumas so I can understand. You have a lot of people who get into healing work and they become very arrogant. They forget what it's like to be unhealed or to go through things. It's like, oh, can't believe people do that. That was the time I was like that. And I had to realign. I had to have certain experiences that shift me. You forgot how hard this was, Ozma. Now you got to go through it again for a little bit of time so you can realign yourself and learn not to be arrogant. A lot of people would tell you, oh, that's not alkaline. Gotta eat this alkaline. I eat this alkaline. And their mind is fucked up. They emotionally disturbed. But they eat alkaline. I see many people like that. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. But they eating right. Sometimes they need another type of healing. Maybe spiritual healing. Something that'll help them with the emotions. And every ailment from drug addiction to mental illness, all kind of stuff. You have things in nature that can help you heal it permanently. We are taught wrong here. We are taught that things are incurable and things are oh, this is something you're going to have to deal with for the rest of your life. So here, take this medication for the rest of your life. And a medication deteriorates other things in your body. Eventually, it deteriorates your liver. Eventually, it deteriorates your kidneys. Eventually, you know what I mean? I remember I had to heal myself from a thyroid condition years ago. And I didn't know about plant medicine in that deep at that time. I had hyperthyroidism. And I was told that the only way to really cure it was for me to take this is what the doctors told me, a radioactive iodine pill that would kill off my thyroid gland. If anybody knows anything about a thyroid, it's like a butterfly shaped gland in the throat. And it's connected, or it affects all the other organs, all the major organs in your body. They wanted to kill my thyroid function off. And then after they kill my thyroid function off, then they'll give me Synthroid, which is a medication for hypothyroidism. So I just traded illness. They wanted me to trade one illness for another. And I didn't know about plant healing like that at the time, but I was like, yo, I gotta find another way. I gotta find another way. It's like saying, I'll trade you your cancer for your HIV. How are you healing? America does not heal things. They give you a patch job. They give you a temporary fix. They alleviate the symptoms, but don't get to the root of the healing that needs to be done most times for most ailments. They cannot cure a common cold. You see what I'm saying? So it's very important. This time is crucial. This is a time where we need to realign COVID, in certain regards, was a blessing. I'm not speaking of in terms of the people who have died and who have suffered in that way, but sometimes, but most of the time, suffering can bring you enlightenment if you allow it to. Suffering is a rites of passage if you allow it to be one. And having COVID during these days and times forced everyone to sit home, forced everyone to look into their health, to find natural remedies, forced everyone to spend time with their children. So it was not all horrible, despite what everyone will have us think. There's a whole lot I could say about COVID, but I ain't gonna say it on this. They probably gonna cut me off again. But it's funny. But you know, this is a beautiful time. Peace, sis. Peace, Clarissa. You know, in a weird way, this was a weird and beautiful time. It was a hard time, but it was also a beautiful time. I don't like how COVID took down so many elders. Really, that shit was man made, but that's a whole nother conversation I ain't going into. But I say all of this to say that this time was needed. This time was necessary. And it was planned. It was planned. And it was planned to go one direction, but it's backfiring in certain regards, I believe. So get your healing by all means. Look into the people who are presenting the healing. Follow them for a while. See what they're really about. See if they follow through with stuff. See what kind of feeling you get intuitively about these people. Don't just go to them because they black and they do it and they do it for a cheap price. No, no, no. Everything cheap ain't good. Everything cheap isn't good. You see what I'm saying? And you want people that are going to take care of you. Be caring, be compassionate, and not take advantage of you. Look up what the average pricing for some of these things are. Do some research on it. Look at the positives and the negatives. Look at the pros and the cons. Also research if you have certain health conditions, how the medicines will affect your health condition. Because a person with heart problems, that's why when I do my retreats and I organize the retreats, I do specific things to address people's health and find out their history with their health. Because if you have a history of heart problems, hypertension, there's certain medicines that I would not recommend for you to take. Do you see what I'm saying? If you have severe mental illness, there's certain medicines you should go to first before you come for other medicines. Make sure that whoever you're going to is very knowledgeable. Don't just talk a good game and talk this black shit. No, no. I met a lot of phonies in my life and my short amount of years of living, 30 something years, that talk a damn good game. Oh my gosh. What I mean, and you get to find out, you get to know them. They regular niggas wrapped in information. They they're just as they're the same as someone who does not have the consciousness, but worse. And I consider it worse because they know better. And when you know better, you have a responsibility. When you know better, you have a responsibility for what you know. You have a responsibility not to take advantage. You have a responsibility. Just like a doctor is responsible, you have a responsibility. You see what I'm saying? So I say all of this to say beware, but don't be closed-minded about what it is. Be open-minded, have an open heart especially if you feel called to it, by all means, just research, ask around. You know what I mean? Try to find out the positive and the negatives as best as you can about the practitioner that you are working with. Look up the medicine and what it is. Don't just rely on other people to give you all the information. Don't just rely on me. Y'all always can hit my inbox up and ask me about different things. Y'all can ask me, when I'm doing another retreat and different things like that, because it's all about healing. Peace, yo, yo, how are you? Yes. You know what I mean? It's all about healing. That's what it's supposed to be about, not ego, not being self serving, not taking advantage. You see what I'm saying? So I hope you all got the questions that y'all asked answered in this. If y'all come up any other questions, feel free to hit me up. If y'all are curious about it. In the near future, hopefully I will be having, not even hopefully, I will be having more retreats. I've been networking and I've been focused on me. I've been turning inward, just focusing on me. Thank you. Thank you, Yo-Yo. Aho. Thank you, Phoenix. Aho. I appreciate y'all for listening. I appreciate y'all for being here. And I want y'all to not fear the plant medicines because they are very beautiful. Just be mindful of who you're going to and do your research. Don't just go to somebody because their skin is brown and they talk a good game. Yeah, it's black folk. Full of shit. Don't do that. A lot of people that do all of that is full of shit. I done been around the conscious community my whole life growing up. I done been in marches and rallies as a little girl. I was raised in that. So sometimes people say things to try to sound a certain way. And I be sitting there like, do you know I was reading The Destruction of Black Civilization at 11? Do you know I know all of this? I see what this is. Some people are here to help destroy the movement and they'll meet you with a smile. They'll seem like they have the best intentions, but watch their movements, watch the inconsistencies, because they're not there to help. They are there specifically to throw shit off. And it's very sad. Oh, I am skipping. I'm sorry. Facebook been asking crazy. Please save this live. I'm definitely going to try to save it. I'm on Facebook and Instagram doing this. Sorry, y'all. And I hope y'all can hear me. Um, Sorry about that. The all of a sudden the connection want to act funny. That's why this is the third time I'm doing this video on Facebook. But I'm gonna put part one, part two, part three, so y'all can catch everything. Thank y'all for letting me know that I was skipping. But yes, please be mindful, y'all, and please be safe. And if the plants are calling you, it's for a reason. And also be mindful of people who are just doing stuff just to get financial gain. You have some people who are just opportunistic. They want to get down just to be just to be with the in crowd. They want to make money and profit off of it. Yeah, you gonna profit off of people's pain. What make you different than the white man that we talk about? What makes them different? Because they are acting like a conqueror. They are acting like a quote unquote white supremacist, and they're doing it to their own people, taking advantage of the traumas and things, taking advantage, being succubus. Gimme, 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 gimme. Don't trust that stuff. And if you're not sure, feel free to hit me up. I'll try my best to listen. Give me a birthday. I might do a reading on them real quick. Like, I don't know about that person. But yeah, by all means, y'all be safe. And there's nothing wrong with taking time to work on your own healing. We all have to work on our shadow side. You know what I mean? And I talked a little bit earlier about the shadow side. We all have these things that we need to do. And just be mindful of where you go, how you're dealt with. If you are someone, male or female, who has been through sexual trauma like I have, be mindful of people who want to play on that, who act like they are nice and they try to take advantage of getting your drawers. That is not honorable, and that is not what a medicine practitioner is supposed to do. It's the same thing if you go to a doctor and the doctor hits on you. Wouldn't the doctor get in trouble? Wouldn't the doctor have a lawsuit? We would hold the doctor accountable. Be mindful. Don't let just anybody, especially if the price is real freaking low and you done looked at the medicine and the medicine is like $600 on average and you paying $100, you paying $300. I will question that. I'm being honest. Unless it's a special, I will question that. And even then, it costs more to get the medicine for the practitioner to get the medicine. Why would they charge it so low? You can run a practitioner that only surrounds themselves with females. Question that. You see what I'm saying? You have some people who would do the medicine 2 times and swear they can get down with the get down and be on the team and act like these medicines aren't addictive, but they act like they drug dealers for it. That's not cool. That's disrespectful to the ancestry. That's disrespectful to the medicine. And that's not what healing and all of this is about. Peace, Brianni. How are you, sis? I haven't seen you in so long, girl. But you have people who disrespect it. And with that disrespect comes a level of karmic debt. You may get away, but you ain't gonna get away forever. You ain't gonna get away forever. And what you are doing will be revealed. Just like the Bible says, everything done in the dark will come to light. That is very real. That is very real. And I'm not religious, but I have no problem looking at any spiritual, religious text, anything, because you can find truth in it all. So please be mindful out here, y'all. Just like you got crooked Christians, crooked Muslims, crooked Buddhists, crooked Taoists, crooked monks, whatever. You got crooked people in the spiritual world. You got crooked people in the pro-black, so-called pro-black conscious world that profit off of the black plight, that take advantage of people because they know that we took on this ideology that we are constantly disadvantaged. We are constantly being abused and all of this stuff. Even all of this stuff is also spiritual. It's not just physical. Stop watching all these killings back to back to back. You are desensitizing your mind. You are being programmed and don't even know it. Because people see psychologically what they believe, and the brain does not delete any information. The computer is modeled after the brain, after the human brain. Everything we see that is made by man is an imitation of something in nature and something that naturally exists. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely. 2021. That's right, yo. Exposing the shadow. Exposing. This is a time of exposure. And see, I'm touching on numerology a little bit. The number 5 on its lower vibration, on its lower frequency, also deals with psychopathy, also deals with narcissism, also deals with ego, also deals with being self-serving, manipulative, cult leader. Be mindful, y'all. And we are at a time where we are all so desperate to reconnect because we've been in our house. We want to get free. We want to go outside. We want to do all of this. Just like Yo said. Absolutely. Tell me what my birthday. Y'all want to do some numerology? You born on the 28th. I'm going to be honest with you. If you didn't have a positive model from your parents on relationships, you probably got a lot of relationship problems. Because 28, one of my teachers used to call 28 the divorce number. You're someone, though, who is on your higher side. You are self-driven, self-motivating. This ain't a numerology video, but I'm going into it a little bit. You are self-driven. You are self-motivating. You have a lot of 8s in your birthday, which tells me that you have a very authoritative side about you. You like to tell people what you want, how they need to do things for you. You like to run shit. On your lower side, you can be selfish. You can be self-serving. You can be so rigid and stubborn, where you only want to do things your way because you have a vision on how things should be in your mind, and you want it to be that way. And you know what's funny? Your birthday is the actual day is under a one vibration, but you have all these eights, and one and eight are opposite in numerology. So you have this kind of push pull thing within yourself. But you have to also make sure that you're being original. You like to do things. You don't like to do shit like everybody else. And traveling would also be helpful for you. That's just a little mini thing. Phoenix, your life path is a 4. You have to. You're very You live in your mind a lot, especially with your birthday, Phoenix. You have to be. You have to give your mind a rest because you overthink things a lot. Your mind is constantly working with it's hard to even get fucking sleep because your mind is constantly thinking and analyzing and looking into this and looking into that. And there's a part of you that's very skeptical. And there's, you know what I mean? And you like to play devil's advocate with stuff. You one of them homegirls that'll play devil's advocate. Somebody be like, girl, that person was fucked up. But what if they didn't do? You be that person. With that four life path, and your birthday being under the 7, you have a lot of wow, you have a lot of water energy, but you also have to be mindful to not overthink yourself into depression, into mental illness even. Don't think yourself to too far. But it is naturally your nature to be analytical, and you are also very sensitive. Born on 11, 7. 11 is a higher vibration of 2. It's a master number. Being born on the 7th, 11 and 7 are both water numbers. You are very emotional and sensitive, and you probably are also empathic. You feel things. But that 4 makes you question what you already feel and know. So you have to be mindful of that and always trust your intuition. Always trust your gut feeling about stuff. Don't doubt yourself. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Brianni. Shoot, I wasn't planning to do no numerology readings, but if y'all want to give donations, you feel free. No donation too small or too big. I mean, y'all don't have to, but if y'all want to, because y'all don't have to because this is free. This is free game. This is free information. This is not Ozma's information. This is information from the universe. This is what I'm here to do. A part of what I'm here to do. Some things should be free. Everything you don't have to make a dollar off of. Some things, you gotta live. You gotta eat. But some things should be free. You know what I mean? But yeah. I mean, there's so many things. And if y'all want like a full numerology reading, hit me up. Hit me up. If y'all want to add into your astrology as well, hit me up. See, going back to Brianni, with all of those eights, 8 is an earth number. All of those eights in your birthday, 8, 28, 88. 28 is a 1, but it still has that 8 energy in there. What's I gonna say about all them eights? Hmm. Let me get a pen. Hold on. Let me jot something down. Y'all about to have me do some numerology up in here. I thought I was getting out. 828, 1988, 1988 is a 26. 7 and 8, 15. Wow, you have so much 8 energy, Brianni. You always think of business ideas. No matter where you go, you think about how a business should be ran. Your life path, you need to manifest money. And money is not just a physical thing, it's a spiritual thing. True abundance does not come from outward in, it comes from inside out. But you have to maintain your integrity with business and money. You have to always maintain your integrity. Because you have that 8 life path, if you wish bad on someone, you speak bad on someone, it will come right back around to your ass. Think of an 8. 8 looks like an infinity symbol. Goes around, comes around. It's a feminine number because it looks like 2 circles or 2 zeros on top of each other. And a cipher, a circle, or a zero is a feminine energy. It's the womb. You see what I'm saying? So it is important to treat people the way you want to be treated. Don't try to be slick, girl. But you would do well running your own business or running a company, especially. So you got to get that one and that eight energy together because it's a constant push and pull because they're opposition. And one is a fire number, eight is an earth number. So you want to be feisty and get to it and impatient. You're naturally impatient. The eight energy can also, on its lower vibe, be bully like. So you want to make sure you're not being a bully to people, especially people you feel like you can overpower. You see what I'm saying? Um, oh yeah, let me do. Oh yeah, you already told me it's four. Let me see. 8585. Now, you want me to do 8585 and 720? Is this a couple reading? Siobhan, is this a couple reading? You want me to compare the numbers together or you just want me to calculate them? 1979. So I'm going to do the life path in a second, but I'm just going to talk about the number day. 85. That five person is talkative. They like to talk. They're popular. A lot of people like that number five person. That five, oh, individually. Okay, cool. That number five person has a lot of sensual energy. And sensual energy also is creative energy. That person can be very creative, whoever that person is. You see what I'm saying? Um, that person should get into things like writing or some form of entertainment if they want to, because they may do well at that. That will be a positive release for them, especially since they like to talk. They could put that into, into they can kind of create a business out of that. Feel what I'm saying? That number five person also has to be careful with addictions because a lot of number fives have addictive personalities. So be mindful of that. 720, 79. I'm just talking about the 20. That person with the 20, that's a people pleaser. That person is Captain Save-A-Ho. They always want to help everybody. Very helpful person. Probably very sweet if they're functioning on their higher vibration of that 20, of that 2. That's a person who, let me see. That's a person who people like to lean on. People come to them all the time with their problems, but that's a person who likes to help and fix people's problems, but if they have to use their throat chakra and speak up when it's too much. If they don't, people will drain their energy and constantly seek to succubus them, pull from their energy. You see what I'm saying? Let's calculate both of them together, please. Whatever is best for you. We are married. Oh, that five and that two. It will help both of you guys to get into spiritual practices together. That will be very helpful for both of y'all. Hold on, 5, 10, 18, 9, 9, 10. Sorry, I'm just calculating, y'all. 19, 27. 7, 9, 17, 16, 9, 10, 10, 2. Oh, wow. Y'all a bossy couple. Both of y'all want y'all damn way. See, the person born on 720 will be a little more manipulative in certain ways about it. They want their way, but they'll do it they try to do it in a slick way. The person born on 8-5, they mouth ain't got no filter. You piss them off, they say all type of shit. They will cuss your ass out. They will, they got some words. The person born on 8-5 doesn't like when people speak to them with filter either. They want people to just be direct, be straightforward with them. because their life path is a 9. They get in a lot of arguments with people, a lot of back and forth. Very feisty, but they're also the type of person that will give you the shirt off their back. They love very hard and very honestly and very they can be very caring, especially with loved ones. The person born on 720, life path is the 8. Another authoritative person, but you go through this tug of war thing because that 20 makes you want to just have peace and be peaceful and you work well with other people most of the time. But that 8 life path in you, you have to be a little more bold and assertive, but not a bully. You have to be a little more assertive. Let me put my cash app in there. Feel free to hit the cash app. I appreciate it all. That's my cash app. But yeah, the person born on 720, Captain Save-A-Hole, always want to help every stray dog, every person, want to be kind, but they also can be slick when they want to be. When they want to be slick or pull a fast one, I sure do have Zelle. I just created Zelle. Zelle never worked for me before, but I finally got my Zelle working. Yeah, I'm gonna send a Zelle. I forgot my Zelle name though, but I gotta type it in there probably after everything is over. But yeah, that 8 person, business, money. A lot of people who run businesses, who become CEOs, tend to have an 8 somewhere in their chart, in their numerological chart. You know what I mean? Um, and that's another person that has to be careful with how they think. How you think is very important because the way you think about things, you will manifest some of those things that you think about. That's another thing. Also, to Phoenix Nadi, because your birthday is on the 7th, you're a manifester. What you think, you manifest. That's why you have to be mindful of how you think as well. Because if you constantly worry about something and you put too much energy, and this is anybody, but especially with these people with these 7s, you put so much energy towards something, you will manifest it. If you put too much energy towards a fear, you will manifest it. Some people don't know why some things happen to them because they're putting so much energy towards the negative, towards the fear. They are manifesting it in their life and don't even realize why. Don't even realize how. Hey, how are you, Uhuru? Hey, Millie, what's up? Oh, let's do Millie stuff. A lot of 8s is coming through with y'all authoritative asses. And eight is ruled by or connected with Capricorn energy, but it's also connected with Scorpio energy. And if you know anything about Scorpio, because Scorpio rules the 8th house in astrology, Scorpio is a very determined energy. Scorpio is an energy, and so is Capricorn. If a Scorpio or a Capricorn seeks to do something, they will go hard to get it done, whatever they got to do, if they really seek to do something. And so anybody with that 8 has that Scorpio kind of energy, has that Capricorn kind of energy, dealing with them and who they are to an extent. Yes, Millie, I'm good, girl. I've been hanging in there. Yes, Uhuru, how are you? I'm doing all right, hanging in there. I've been turning inward, so I have my thing deactivated. I might still deactivate it after, or maybe it's time for me to come out of my cocoon. So I think it might be time. Let me see. Oh, let's go back to Samil, because Millie, you gave me your birthday. But yeah, same thing that I said about the number 8 applies to you. Authoritative, and sometimes with 8s, with people who are born on an 8 or have 8 life path or 8s in certain places in their numerological chart, sometimes they say things with an authoritative, well, usually they say things with an authoritative tone, but they don't always mean to come across that way. Like their mindset, you'll be all planning to do something. And they're like, okay, well, you can do the cooking and you can do that and you can do, they delegate. That is what they're naturally good at. And sometimes it rubs people the wrong way because it's like, wait, why are you telling me what to do? But some of them don't really mean it. Some of them don't really mean, not they don't mean to delegate, but some of them don't mean to be harmful or to be bossy, but they come across very bossy. They tell you what to do, and why you always tell me what to do? People get mad. But yes, eights, manifest that business, manifest the money, but do it with integrity. Y'all have great, excellent people with those eight life paths or born on an eight, whether it's the eighth, the 17th, whether it's the 20, let me think, 26th of a month, y'all have great ideas. Oh my gosh, great business ideas. Y'all will find a way. I have one friend in particular. I'll give you an example. She know who she is. She's an eight life path. We can't go nowhere or do nothing without her coming up with an idea on how the business that the person is running or whatever establishment we go to can be more effective. She can't help it. She'd be like, what they should do is they should order this and this and this because that will make it better. And she honestly just has these ideas coming to her. She don't mean any harm. You know what I mean? But she can't really help it. Everything kind of turns into business in her mind. Everything is how can I create business out of this? And that's not necessarily a bad thing because we all need people like that at some point. Don't forget to hit my Cash App, y'all. My y'all can hit my Venmo. Venmo is my first name, Ozma dash Zabriskie, ASMAAA dash Z as in zebra, AB as in boy, RISKIE. I typed in my Cash App in the chat. If y'all need it again, let me know. And I don't remember my Zelle, but I'll post it after. Uhuru, yes, you are a number eight. A lot of eight people too. People born on the 8th, on the 17th, the 26th, any of those eight vibration. A lot of them like nature because eight is an earth number. Eight is an earth number. A lot of them like nature. You know what I mean? Like an eight man typically won't want a female that wears a ton of makeup. Or eight woman, typically it's rare that you'll see them wear makeup. You know what I mean? They won't be made up from head to toe all day with the fancy weave and eyelashes. That's not their style. They're more natural, earthy. And they can manifest money and business very easily, and they can lose it just as fast. You want to find me on Facebook, somebody on Instagram? Yes, my Facebook name is Hija de Pachamama. HIJA, put a space, DE, put a space, PACHAMAMA. Hija de Pachamama. Y'all eights, y'all can bring that money in fast and easy. Y'all always got a business idea. You know what I mean? Y'all can be excellent providers, but y'all can lose money fast too from bad investments. What about when you add them up all together? Oh, yes, let's do your whole thing all together. 7, 8, 9, 10, 18, 9, 9, 10, 19. Wow. Your life path equals to a 9. So, Millie, you are feisty, honey. You a fighter. You know what's so funny? When I see people that have a lot of nines in their name, those are the kids that be getting in fights for they youth all the time. When I see my students and I see their name, and I'm like, I see all these nines, I'm like, uh-oh, this is a kid I gotta watch for sometime because they feisty. Um, but anybody who I said has a life path of a 9 or whose birthday is on a number 9, 18, 27, any of that, y'all are humanitarians on your higher vibration. Y'all are the type of people that will give the shirt off your back to other people. Y'all love charity work. Y'all love to help people. But y'all have no filter with y'all mouths. Y'all, if y'all feel some type of way, it's very hard for y'all to contain, to hold it in. You have to express yourself. And the expression comes out brutal a lot of times. And for y'all not trying to necessarily be mean a lot of times. Y'all just look at it as honesty. I'm gonna just be straight up. And a lot of times y'all speak in a way with no filter. And if people have a softer energy or they're not used to that, they don't understand that. Sorry, y'all. Remember, I took that nose medicine before I came up here. So it's postnasal drip coming out from it. Sorry about that. But anybody with a life path of number 9 or birthday of number 9 would do good studying different fighting styles. You have a lot of people with number 9s that hide weapons. First person that probably ever had a mouth blade was probably somebody with a 9 life path. Because 9 on its lower vibration deals with arguments, deals with fights, and 9 is a fire number. So you have to be careful not to have accidents with fire or burns. People with the number 9 life path or born on the number 9 day, I love you too, Yvette. Thank you. Um, uh, but people with those things tend to have to be careful with fire. Be careful with you're trying to do your hair and you burn yourself. You're a little more likely to get those kind of challenges in your life. So yeah, be careful. I'm not going into everything because these are like mini readings. Y'all gotta contact me for consultation so I could really go in depth with certain things. But I'm definitely giving information for free. Or if you bless my cash app, I appreciate it as well. I was always appreciate it because gotta eat, we gotta live. What does that name mean? What does what name mean? My Facebook name, Uhuru? Are you asking me that? You know I'm business savvy. You sure are, Millie. You always got a business idea. But you got to be careful. You don't want to make bad investments and things like that. And you always got to always have integrity about whatever you do. Which you're a person that has integrity with whatever you do. You see what I'm saying? I noticed that about you. I've never known you in the time that I've known you to be someone that doesn't have integrity with what you do. And that's important, you being an 8 energy, because 8, when I get the chance, go on my not my Facebook, my YouTube page, and y'all can watch the video that I did on the number 8. 8 deals with the past and the present combined. Remember, 8 looks like a infinity symbol. It's a feminine energy, which is what I mentioned earlier, because it's comprised of what looks like two circles, and circles or zeros represent the womb. It is feminine. And numbers that tend to be more straight and linear represent more masculine energy. You'll find the masculine and feminine balance in almost everything in creation. My Facebook name. My Facebook name means daughter of Pachamama. Pachamama is what some ancient cultures in South America call the spirit of Mother Nature. Hija de Pachamama, daughter of Mother Nature. Um, yes, that's wild because I'm a Cancer. My moon is Gemini, so I'm all the way messed up. You ain't messed up, girl. You be having the moon swings though with that Gemini moon. Lord have mercy. You flip, got two sides to you. And we are already emotional and sensitive. You got to understand why Cancer is so sensitive and emotional, because Cancer's rule. Think of what rules Cancer? The moon and water. It's a water sign, and it's a cardinal water sign. It is like the leader of the pack out of the water signs. It's the most authoritative actionary water sign in certain regards, according to astrology. The water constantly wanes back and forth. The water is not still. And so we have these mood fluctuations constantly within us, because a lot of cancers, we are empathic. We feel things energetically. And sometimes we feel things that we don't know how to express. We'll be in a good mood 1 minute, 2 minutes later, we got a little attitude, or we'll be distant. And sometimes we don't even know why. We don't even know why sometimes. And then think of the moon. The moon also deals with the emotions. Think of how you feel during a full moon, during a new moon, and depending on what planet is the new moon or full moon being occupied by. If it's a conflicting planet, you might have a rough time. It might be the moon might be in Capricorn. Capricorn is the opposition of Cancer, so that might be a time of learning certain lessons for Cancers. You see what I'm saying? So, Cancers, we are naturally emotional. We are a feminine energy, and we are usually very intuitive if we tap inward. Many of us are very empathic. We feel things and just know things energetically, and we don't know how the fuck we know. We just know. And that's the beauty. One of the things that's so beautiful to me about being a Cancer that I learned to accept. That's why so many of us are so emotional. We be crying. "Ah." We be crying and all kind of mess carrying on. And with that Gemini moon, Gemini is a communicator. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is the planet that deals with communication. And so you're very fucking intelligent. When you think of the moon in an astrology chart deals with the inner self, but it also deals with hidden insecurities and different things. You see what I'm saying? And so if you're at a place where you're feeling insecure or you're not feeling something, you will chew someone up with your words. You will chew their ass out when you get ready. But that also is connected to it's also important to look at what some of the other planets in your astrological chart are as well, because they all give different aspects of who you are. And it's not the same for every single body. To me, an astrology chart is like a fingerprint. You see what I'm saying? So, like, everybody doesn't have, even twins don't have the same exact astrology chart. There may be a difference in their degrees because one twin might be born 10 minutes after the other one, or 2 hours, or, whatever, after the other one. So, there's certain things that may shift inside of the astrology chart. Um, Let me see. And that's another thing. You don't like people that come across unintelligent with that Gemini moon. Somebody come across with some nonsense, or they come across and they like, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? and you a non-life path, you ain't gonna hold that back too long. You're gonna be like, oh my God, what the fuck are you talking about? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And one thing about non-life paths that I notice, for the non-life paths that I know in my life, they feel it's their duty to make people accept the truth and be truthful and honest and just straight up blunt. It annoys them if people beat around the bush. It's like, oh my gosh, will you just get to the fucking point? You just say what it is. You don't like me, just say you don't like, they have that kind of feistiness and fieriness about them. Um, but yeah, it's interesting. Monday night, our full moon will be in Scorpio. We might get a lot of shit done depending on how we use that full moon in Scorpio. Remember, Scorpio is a determined energy. On its lower side, it can be very manipulative, devious. Scorpio rules the underworld. You can do some spiritual work with that moon, and with that moon going into Scorpio. On a higher vibration, the Scorpio is, I already mentioned, determined. It's also very intuitive. It also is sensitive and emotional because it is another water sign, but it can be very slick. It can be very slick. You know who has a moon in Scorpio? Wendy Williams. She will push boundaries. She will push people's buttons. Y'all know that. Y'all seen that over the years. She will push people's boundaries. She'll come up there and you'll be having a great interview as a celebrity, and she'll ask you some off the wall shit. So there's a news thing saying that you beat your wife. Why you beat your? You be like, did she just ask me that shit? Yeah. She's a Cancer with a Scorpio moon. So she knows how to fill things out in people. And she's very slick and smart, very driven, very tough. She's a tough fucking cookie. Don't let her fool y'all. She's a tough cookie. But she will push boundaries. She's a Cancer, but she have that Scorpio moon. That Scorpio moon is very powerful. You know what I mean? Scorpio moon is powerful. They do some stuff, man. And they have the capacity. Scorpio, oh man, all the water signs can be, if they tap into it, can be very intuitive, because that water energy. See, you just felt intuitive exactly as I said it. She's intuitive. If you watch Wendy Williams on her show when she's interviewing someone, look at the look that she gives them. She's reading them the whole fucking time to think of what she's gonna ask. She'd be like, and you say some bullshit, you'll see her face. She'll be like, you hiding something. Like she just all in her face. But that's that Scorpio moon combined with that Cancer. That Scorpio will make her push them boundaries a little bit more. You can't just have she's one of those people, everything can't be perfect and smooth. She's going to do something to ruffle feathers at some point. Because things not being rough, things being too smooth isn't real to her. See, Scorpio is also connected with the number 9. It's also connected with the number 8. Scorpio, you have a lot of astrologers who believe that Mars used to be ruled by Scorpio and Mars is now ruled by Aries. Mars is the planet that deals with war, deals with authoritativeness, deals with battle. You see what I'm saying? Mars is that planet that tough. It's tough. Mars don't fuck around. We got to collab with Oz, but you know my number 8 business shit is already turning. I already know. I already know, sis. Yo, man, I've been networking like crazy. I just need to come out of my cocoon, and I guess it's time. I've been doing all kind of stuff. I've been cleansing. I've been working on my own self, and I'm still gonna keep working on myself and doing my shadow work. But yes, y'all. You know what I mean? There's a few people I'm trying to collab with. Definitely you, Millie. You know, I'm so excited about what's to come and things and revelations and all kind of stuff that have been happening. And things energetically when y'all, man, when I haven't been around, just things happening, things positive things that are not so positive, all of that, you know. But yeah, man, I gotta finish up the videos that I was doing. I haven't even finished that up. I gotta do more cooking videos. I ain't do that. I got a lot of stuff and a lot of work and things to give y'all, but I will. Summertime, cancer time, it's our time. Absolutely. This is a very great time for cancers right now. You know what I mean? A lot of cancers are having all kind of shifts, um, all kind of stuff. Tell them since the retreat. Yes, yes, we are going to do Oh yeah, since oh, I get what you're saying. Tell them since the retreat. Yes, she had a beautiful retreat when we was in Mississippi, y'all. Beautiful retreat in Mississippi. We got to be on indigenous land, and it wasn't plant medicine, but it was still very powerful. Because there's so many aspects and layers to healing. You don't always need plant medicine to heal things in yourself, or And we did some really interesting activities, and I was just like, ah. It was very beautiful and it was healing. You know what I mean? So many things can be healing and help in so many ways. And we're gonna have some upcoming things. Um, Let me see. I'm born on the 17th and my business is going so well at this moment. Go ahead, girl. I love all of this. Absolutely. Keep it up, mama. Keep it up. And save some money while you're doing so well. Save some money. You know what I mean? Because life goes in cycles. So you're going to have those times where it goes downward, but then it's going to come back up. You know what I mean? So make sure you are stacking your money because you are building a legacy in your family, especially being born on the 17th. You feel me? So yes, y'all. Thank you all for joining. Thank y'all for rocking with me this long. I appreciate y'all. I've been deactivated and all of that. Um, but it's a very beautiful time, and we are here to do certain work that we need to do. There's so much work we need to do. Sorry, that's my ice maker, making more ice in the freezer. But there's so much work we need to do, so much healing that needs to happen. And healers, if you are a healer in any capacity, the hardest challenge is healing yourself. But it is very possible, it's not impossible to heal yourself. But yeah, anybody got any more birthdays y'all want me to talk about? Any more birthdays before we close out? Any more things y'all want me to type? Y'all want to type in the chat or whatever? Don't forget, if you can, please hit my Cash App. Free donations, no donation too big or too small, either one. No donation is too big or too small. Let me clarify that. So if you can, by all means, hit my Cash App, hit my Venmo, Zelle, whatever. Let me type in my Cash App on I got a new number, so some of y'all may not have my number anymore. But I'm typing it on my Instagram. But yeah, we talked about plant medicines. We talked about healing with the psychedelics, healing with the actual herbs for the physical body as well. We touched on that. We also talked about phony healers. We also talked about people taking advantage and weeding those things out. So if you want to hear more about those things and you were not here from the beginning, feel free to rewind these videos back. Feel free to come. If you're on Instagram, you can hit me up on my Facebook, add me as a friend, whatever. If you're on Facebook, you can hit me up on my Instagram. You know, Feel free. We talked about all that kind of stuff. We talked about what sacred medicine is, and different things about healing, healing work, going into those things. Thank y'all so much. I just heard my cash app ring. I appreciate y'all. We also went into a little bit of numerology, even though this wasn't supposed to be a numerology reading. I don't mind. I appreciate the love and support from the bottom of my heart, y'all. I appreciate y'all helping me to walk in purpose. There's so much work I have to do in this realm before I leave this realm, and I'm gonna be here for a minute. Soy una guerrera. Okay. I'm gonna be here for a minute. So I appreciate y'all helping me and pushing me and all the positive words and positive energy, because as positive as much positivity as I give out, I also need to receive it and learn how to receive that positivity for myself as well. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. um and yes, be wary of them fake healing people and all that shit. Be wary of some of these fake pro-black consciousness, whatever nonsense. Real recognize real. Let me tell y'all something real funny. I ain't gonna say the person's name because I don't do that. But I will say this. I've gotten fake readings, a fake reading from a Ifa priestess. Kind of shit is that? But people will do all kind of things and will cover themselves up in the guise of spirituality, in the guise of religiosity, and be full of shit. So be mindful, watch the people's movements, converse with them, look at how they follow up with certain things. You know what I mean? Look a person up if you need to. I'm not talking about doing like a in-depth look up like on, you know, looking up where they live and nothing crazy like that. I'm not telling nobody to do no shit like that, but look up reviews, look up, and you have some people that'll delete negative reviews. You know, keep it a buck with yourself. Like if you got negative reviews, you're gonna have negative, you're gonna have positive, just it is what it is. But watch out for the opportunists, watch out for the people that's only out for the dollar. Watch out for the people that want to take advantage of you because they see that you're in pain and you want healing and you need healing, and they want to go and rob you, or they want to take advantage of you so they can get off of their own lustful energies and their shadow selves that seek to cause destruction and meet you with a smile. All right, peace and love, y'all. I love all of y'all. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night. Thank y'all for receiving me, and take care. Aho. Let me end. All right, now I'm not used to doing this on